What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. Today I want to bring light to you a real movement that's happening in the Americas. Notice how I say Americas, not just North America, with the Afro-Descendant movement. Okay, now this is a real organization, not FBA, not ADOS. Those are pseudo organizations. Those are online fan clubs of Tariq Nasheed, right? Well, ADOS is an actual organization via white supremacy, but FBA is a unofficial fan club, Tariq Nasheed, quasi online hate group organization, cult of personalities, right? But there's a real movement that is the opposite of FBA, and it's within the Pan-African sphere, right? Because understand, there's no movement really per se called the Pan-African movement, right? Because Pan-Africanism is not necessarily a movement, but there are movements under the guise of Pan-Africanism, because Pan-Africanism is an ideology of unity amongst all African people with our shared cultural and our shared experience, right? And one of those organizations is the African Descent movement. There are a group of African Americans, Afro-Caribbeans, Afro-Latinos, and anybody else unified under global black empowerment to seek reparations and to unify with the continent and integrate themselves economically and socially. And they also are the group that goes to the African Union and the African Pan-African Parliament and lobbies on behalf of the various different African diasporas right around the world, led by African Americans. These Afro-descendants don't distinguish from Haitian, Jamaican, African Americans, because they all know that these nationalities are new creations based off the situations we found ourselves in when we all were snatched and stolen and kidnapped by Europeans from Africa. Okay? Not sold by Africans, their own people, like unintelligent African Americans would have themselves believe and continue to want to believe, even though the evidence to the counter is everywhere. But since it goes against what they want to believe, they use cognitive dissonance to just believe the ignorant shit because it makes them feel better, and it goes towards their, what they want to do as far as coming online and having a good time talking shit about other people that look like them because they got no life, right? So without further ado, I want to introduce you to a real movement, a real political movement, a real economic social movement that's happening off of the internet, even though it should be like they need to have more representation online because that's where information is disseminated. But these people are in the real life doing real things for African people and making real connections, business, economic, and governmental. All right, so without further ado, let's explore and take a look at the movement that is the opposite of FBA. All right, and that's the Afro-Descendant movement. Anyway, tell me what you guys think in the comment section. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out.
The term Afro-descendants refers to descendants of peoples who were forcibly dispossessed of their homeland, Africa, were transported to the Americas and slavery diaspora for the purpose of enslavement, were subjected to slavery, were subjected to forced mixed breeding and rape, have experienced through force the loss of mother tongue, culture, and religion, and or have experienced racial discrimination due to lost ties or partially lost ties from their original identity.
People are calling me and telling me, don't say anything, stay in your lane, be quiet, sit down, you will lose your seat, they won't vote for you, fight, don't fight. What the f do I have to do in this council in order to get respect as a black woman? And I'm gonna tell you, I'm not afraid of losing the votes. I'm not afraid of the seat. I'm not afraid of anybody here. This is the message that I got.
With their own fucking dirtbags. Don't forget this country is built with white people, sustained by white people. The presidents all back in the day were white. If you don't like it, why don't you take your ass back to your shithole with your stupid ass scarf on your head, you ugly fucking hoe.
This is what I get. I get about 3 or 4 of them in my office. I have 2 sons. I've made mistakes, and once I learned it, I corrected immediately.
I am Dr. Glennie King, also known as Dr. Akila Mukaram, President of the Afro-Descendant Nation. And I respectfully support advancing the recognition of Afro-descendants as a distinct people with rights to self-determination, nationhood, and reparatory justice. Afro-descendants are not simply a demographic in a broader category. We are a people formed from forced displacement from Africa, chattel enslavement in the Americas, and the systematic erasure of language, culture, and identity. This history did not just disperse a population, it produced a new people. Without precise recognition, Afro-descendants remain visible in discussion, but invisible in outcomes. The Afro-descendant nation recommends the following. 1, formally recognize Afro-descendants as a distinct people, utilizing the clear working definition previously presented to this forum. 2, acknowledge and advance the legal recognition of the deliberate erasure of mother tongue African languages and cultural destruction inflicted through chattel enslavement as ethnocide. 3, support inclusive Afro-descendant-led decision-making consultations facilitated in collaboration with the Afro-descendant nation as a credible partner and representative voice to develop a comprehensive reparations framework for Afro-descendant peoples, including land restitution and restoration of resources and institutions. 4, establish a dedicated mechanism within this forum to address Afro-descendant specific issues, ensuring sustained engagement with Afro-descendant peoples in advancing self-determination, nationhood through peaceful and internationally recognized processes. And 5, recommend that the United Nations establish a formal seat for the Afro-descendant nation.
Good afternoon. Just a second. My name is Sheila Silva, and I am an Afro-descendant. For us Afro-descendants, identity is not just a concept. It's memory, the foundation for dignity, belonging, and collective power. Identity is the cornerstone of people's progress. Here, I want to make clear who the Afro-descendants are. Afro-descendants are the descendants of Africans who were forcibly removed from their homelands, families, and cultures on the African continent, who were transported from Africa to the Americas for the purpose of racial chattel enslavement, who were subject for the system of racial chattel slavery, and who endured a process of ethnocide. Our ancestors, the victims of the transatlantic, European, and African human trafficking system, arrived in the Americas as Igbo, Mende, Yoruba, Fon, Wolof, Umbundu, Congo, and Wewe, among others. Diverse peoples were forcibly made to live, labor, and reproduce together under the conditions of terror, enriching other peoples and nations who are rich until today. We, the descendants of those human beings, were forcibly assimilated into foreign cultures, in my case in Brazil. We are labeled as Africans, colored, Negro, and Black. Some of these terms were later reclaimed by Black social movements as expressions of pride, but they were not originally born from our own self-definition and collective vision. If we understand who we are and what unites us, we can move from survival towards true self-determination. Recognize our shared history provides the foundation for collective action aimed at achieving accountability.
Please wrap up.
And reparative measures from those who have systematically inflicted harm upon us. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I would like to first start by recognizing His Excellency Salis Muhammad and Her Excellency Harriet Abubakar for their long work here at the United Nations. I want to express my gratitude. Also, I want to express the gratitude of Black women in the spirit that are alive in this room for keeping us safe and keeping us empowered. Thank you so much. AFRI reaffirms that the permanent forum is a vital, consultative, and advisory mechanism within the United Nations system. Its credibility and long-term impact, however, will depend on two key considerations from our point. First, the clear recognition of Afro-descendants as a distinct, rights-bearing constituency, and second, the strengthening of the forum's institutional modalities to ensure actionable outcomes. Number one, modalities and actionable outcomes that create an international legal framework for reparatory justice for Afro-descendant people and people of African descent. Number two, modalities and actionable outcomes that create a legal definition for Afro-descendants in the draft of the Universal Declaration on People of African Descent. I will loosely define the Afro-descendants as people who have lost their mother tongue, culture, language, and religion as a result of the transatlantic slave trade. Number three, modalities and actionable outcomes that create the development and sustainability of multilateral relationships among our regional bodies, like the African Union and CARICOM, in partnership with civil society to create stronger political and economic relationships that build a more prosperous future. Number four, modalities and actionable outcomes that create platforms for our youth that
The term people of African descent includes both descendants of enslaved Africans and migrants, which blurs a crucial distinction vital for our self-determination.
If I'm not mistaken, you're an American.
Well, let me correct something first of all. I'm an African who was born in America. That does not make me an American. I'm an African. Look at me. I'm an African. Okay. When people ask me if I'm an American, I tell them the same thing. I am an African who was born in America.
I'm so pro-black, you can't get me to involve myself in diaspora wars. I'm every nigga on this earth. I'm African, I'm Caribbean, I'm Afro-Latina, I'm Afro-European. If you're a nigga, I am you, you are me. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. You're me, you're me, I'm you. I don't know.
Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin? Love me. Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose? Love me. And the shape of your lips? Love me. Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet?
Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! We most definitely cannot forget about the people of Sudan.
Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.